This is One-on-One.
Zoey!
That was some video, home video of little Zoey Ganesh. And we are joined now by Karthik Ganesh. And I want to thank you for joining us. Karthik is the founder of the Zoey Ganesh DIPG Research Fund, and you're going to see a website up throughout this segment, and we'll set up while we're doing this program in an effort to raise awareness and hopefully try to make a difference. Zoey Ganesh, your daughter, was fine, 5 years old, and in June 2012 things began to change.
So June 2012 she turned 5. She graduated from pre-K. She went for her annual physical. Everything turned out extremely well. Then suddenly in August she started complaining of double vision. Her eyes crossed. Her gait became unstable. We took her to her pediatrician a number of times, and they basically said she might have farsightedness. So we took her to an optometrist. We got glasses on. Nothing improved. And we took her to the ophthalmologist on August 29th at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, which is the leading institution in the country, in the world, quite frankly. And they said, her power is very high. We need to get her a higher powered set of glasses. And but doesn't look like there's a tumor here. That Friday, the following morning, and we'd now done the pediatrician round about 5 times already, she once again, she got up in the morning and she puked. And we took her into the pediatrician, and he basically was still trying to figure out what she'd eaten the previous night, and we said, no, we need a CT scan done now, and we want to know what's going on. They found a mass in her brainstem. They asked us to go into Philly again to the Children's Hospital to CHOP, and on September 1st, they diagnosed that she had an inoperable brainstem tumor, diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, which is DIPG.
DIPG.
Correct.
How rare?
Very rare. It occurs in the pons of the brainstem. So, for the folks who don't know, the brainstem controls all of our functions, automatic functions, swallowing, consciousness, heart rate, breathing, and it's the oldest part of the brain. She had a tumor in the brainstem. It happens to about 200 kids annually. They last anywhere from 12 to 18 months after diagnosis. She didn't make it past her 4th month. It is, the survival rate is 0%. So it's almost the holy grail of cancers. I mean, just to put that in perspective, if detected early, lung cancers today have an 80% survival rate. Breast cancer is 80 to 90%. Even leukemia is now close to 50%. This is 0.
Zoey struggles, she fights. She's your hero.
She is.
Your son is born, I believe, on November 1st of 2012.
That's right.
On November 23rd, Zoey asks for ice cream.
That's right.
One of her last meals, I think.
Her last meal was ice cream.
And on the 25th, she passes.
That's right.
So you lose your daughter, and you make a decision, and we should also make a connection, or we have a connection, through our mutual friend, Annette Catino at QualCare, and Allison Hoffman, who
right.
We all talk about these things,
Absolutely.
and your situation, Zoe's situation, was known by a lot of people. And you decide how quickly that you're going to start this foundation.
The next day.
And the name of the foundation is?
It's the Zoey Ganesh. It's the Lucille Packard Foundation. It's at the Stanford University School of Medicine.
Why'd you have it there?
Stanford arguably has one of the most progressive research programs on DIPG right now. I mean, DIPG has been significantly underfunded. There's a parent that actually donated the tumor, the kid's tumor, to Stanford, and Stanford's been working on live tumor tissue for a number of years now, and Dr. Michelle Mange at Stanford arguably has more of a start, if you will, than the others in terms of research. And
they're doing important work.
doing very important work.
And the name of the foundation is in Zoey's name.
Is Zoey Ganesh Research Fund at the Lucille Packard Foundation.
And you put up $100,000 to start?
We put up, our target's $100,000. We're
Right.
at 52 right now. Friends, family, strangers. It's been very, very overwhelming, the level of support for this.
And people are going to go on that website that we have right there, and they could Google as well.
The easiest way is to Google Zoey Ganesh, and it's the first result that shows up.
What's your objective?
Awareness. This is incredibly underfunded. You know, Neil Armstrong's daughter died of this in 1959. 54 years later, there still isn't a cure. In the last 30 years, there's been virtually no progress on this. And again, to put it in perspective, the National Cancer Institute spends less than 3% of their funds on pediatric cancers, and a very small percentage of that goes towards pediatric brain tumors. The American Cancer Society spends 70 cents on every $100. That's 0.7% towards pediatric cancers. And again, a very small percentage of that goes towards pediatric brain tumors. This is about awareness. Really hoping, I mean, Jersey is the pharmaceutical capital of the world. I'm really hoping that there's a pharmaceutical exec out there who's watching your show, someone really influential who's watching your show, who thinks to himself, Zoey could be his or her daughter, grandkid, nephew, niece, and says we've got to do something about this. 200 kids isn't critical mass for some of these pharmaceutical companies
right.
to be interested. And I'm hoping someone says the heart's more important than the wallet.
Your wristband.
It's grave for pediatric brain cancer.
Steve, get a shot of that. I'm going to see if Steve can get it. Say what it is?
Cure DIPG.
And brain cancer.
Brain cancer.
Well, tell folks just for a minute, just tell them about Zoey.
Loved dinosaurs. Loved sharks. Loved ballet. Performed to Swan Lake.
Dishes.
That's her. She performed on stage to Swan Lake as a part of her pre-K graduation. For a 5-year-old, she wanted to be a paleontologist ballerina. And just incredibly inspirational. I've lost her, but I couldn't be more thankful that she was a part of my life.
That's your favorite picture?
That is my favorite picture of her.
Why?
She loved the puffin on it. And she looks like the puffin in it.
Well, the parents watching out there, what do you say to them?
Pediatricians know a lot. They don't know it all. Trust your instinct. No one knows your kid better than you. And if you're not comfortable, don't hesitate to ask. Because farsightedness would have been the general rationale for virtually every doc out there. And that wasn't the case. I mean, we knew something was fundamentally wrong with our daughter. And this was a girl who had absolutely nothing going on that seemed improper or incorrect even 2 months prior to that. So I would just say trust your instincts. This could be any of your kids.
Karthik Ganesh, founder of the Zoey Ganesh DIPG Research Fund. We thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Hopefully we've raised some awareness, and you'll continue to raise money. And keep us posted, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Stay there. Thanks, Karthik.
Thank you.
We'll be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Fedway Associates, Inc., the Russell Berry Foundation, Cone Resnick, New Jersey Natural Gas, Verizon Communications, and by the law firm of Gibbons PC. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.